What is up guys, Zach here from the Chaos Galaxy, and today I'm doing another Set 4 planet profile, this time for the Fire Planet of Sheos. I'm showing you all the brand new cards from Set 4, but before I get into that, I first want to do my homemade TCG shout out, which this week is to Planelution TCG. Really cool channel, they do a lot of lore stuff, they've just released some brand new starter decks, and it's really cool because it's a game that's run by like 4 or 5 different people, I think. Don't know the exact number of guys who are running it, but they all have a lot of fun together in the videos, and yeah, really great to see some like collaborative TCGs, because that's something I'm not very good at personally. But yeah, I'll quickly go through what we have for the Planet Sheos already, and then I'll go through the brand new Set 4 cards. But if you want to get your hands on some Chaos Galaxy TCG booster packs, there'll be a link to the online store in the description below. So if you want to support the game, I'd really appreciate it if you check that out. So the planet Sheos is the fire planet in the galaxy, the closest to the sun, and it has a very aggressive playstyle. So a lot of the creatures have high power and low health stats, and then you'll use that to just kind of beat down your opponent as quickly as possible and win the game with efficiency. For the Set 1 cards, we have Manflacky, the very first card in the game, Pyronite, Meltalon, Sparkeye, Magmul, Bold Whip, and then Firebolt is the support card. We then have the limited edition designed by LolSlayer Nexus, Eden the Protector of Fire. They then also had the first starter deck with all the Sheosian Lava Beast cards, and at this point in the game, I think Sheos was probably the strongest planet in the galaxy. It's still good now, but definitely not number 1. There's also Elite Sparkeye, Foople Flame, Blatterclips, the Combiner, and then Sheosian Lavering Hole and the Sheosian Lava Targets, as well as the Cursed Bellows for all the support. Then Set 2, we've got Super Spicy Curryman, Fraxel, Orbade Commander, I've got my big mat here, Molten Mage, the Crawlock, Weatherman Soonshine, and then Firewall was the support card in Set 2. Then for Set 3, we've got Three-Headed Robact, Frasbolt, Wombam, Ember Soul, Mwale, Giza Dragon, Sheosian Lava Mole, Bamoom, and then Mount Eos and 6-starred Strike for the Set 3 support. So those are all the existing cards currently, and I'll get to showing you the brand new Set 4 stuff, which is what you're here to see, including a new Chaos Beast, which I'm very excited to show, but I'll get to that later in the video. So the first card we have is a 6-star rare called Graviafax. It's a rare with 330 power and 200 health, so that's a good power stat. It's enough to get over a lot of strong creatures, and after this creature attacks your opponent's planet, your opponent kills one of their handed cards at random. Now this card, I like this card because it's searchable with 6-starred Strike, and if you didn't know, there's a deck that I like to use that involves some 6-star Sheos creatures, and this is kind of another engine for one of those. So I mainly kind of made him for that. But it's just a good generic Sheos card, and there's not enough cards in the game that kill cards in your opponent's hand, and I think that is quite an important thing with things like activators being able to be played straight from the hand. So this gives you the opportunity to like kill activators before they're even played. So I think Graviafax is a good card that will be used in some Sheos decks, definitely. The next card we have, I've shown this in a sneak peek before, but this is Hitotak, a really interesting 4-star with question mark power and 50 health, and its ability reads, when you play this card, you reveal any number of your 4-star handed Sheos creatures that each have different names, and it gains 100 power for each. So you can potentially get this 4-star up to like 500 power, which would be crazy and probably quite hard to do. But realistically, I think you're going to be getting a decent card with like 300 power that could definitely do some damage to your opponent for the price of a 4-star. Next up, I've got quite a kind of standard card. It's just a 1-star. It's called Obsidi Blob. And he's for all the planet Sheos with 100 power, which is really good for a 1-star, and only 10 health, which isn't great, but it's just a generic card and there's not really too much to say about him. But this card, there is a lot to say about. The next card is the Chaos Beast for the planet Sheos. So as you guys know, all the Chaos Beasts are based off mythical creatures, and the Sheos Chaos Beast is based off of Phoenix, and his name is Infernix of Sheos. His armour didn't print out quite as brightly as I wanted it to, just because he's done on the home printer for this print, but there should be a full image of his artwork there, which I'm really happy with, especially the shading on his wings. And he's a 9-star with a massive 500 power. I feel like he looks really powerful and epic, but kind of not as powerful as like 500 power, but kind of bit of lore here. His wings, he attacks by just beating his wings, and it releases heat that's the temperature of the sun in the Chaos Galaxy. So he uses the energy of the sun from the planet Sheos to attack his opponents, and he's got 500 power, 300 health. So his health doesn't make him the strongest card in the game, but his ability reads, This card cannot be free played like all Chaos Beasts. If Sheos is your planet card, then all your zoned Sheos creatures gain 50 health. So he automatically goes up to 350 basically, but if you've got any other Sheos creatures out on your planet as well, they will all benefit off Infernix's ability. So he really helps out the planet generically in that sense. And then the next part of his ability is when this zoned creature is killed, you can add up to 2 of your killed 4-star Sheos creatures to your hand. So quite specific, the creatures have to be 4-star. But I feel like that should really be fine because Sheos actually has the most 4-star creatures out of any planet in the game. And some of the cards you can be getting with this, like it could help out the Knights if you wanted to use it. Pyro Knight's one of the best 4-star cards in the game. You can search out you can bring back Sheosian Lava Panther and Sheosian Lava Mole, so it really helps out the Sheosian Lava archetype. Cards like Fraxel are just really good competitive cards in general. And then Heat Attack, it really helps out Heat Attack because you're getting 2 4-star creatures back to your hand. You can then reveal those 2 creatures with Heat Attack's ability and get a Heat Attack 200 power like right off the bat, which is really good. So I think Infernix of Sheos is like obviously just an immensely powerful card. With 500 power is enough to stand up to an Omnius the Planet Abomination. He's only the 3rd card in the game with 500 power, which is nuts. And I just think its ability is going to be really good for helping recycle those Sheos cards. You may, to kind of use this card in combo well, you may need abilities that gain you stars, because if you're paying 9 stars for this card and then you get 2 4-stars back to your hand, you're going to want to gain more stars to play them quicker. But I think Infernix is just a great card, definitely helps out the Planet Sheos, and it really is one of the stronger Chaos Beasts. Next up, I have a Combiner. This is the last creature for the Planet Sheos. Well, it's kind of for the Planet Sheos. It's a bit confusing, this card, but it's a really interesting one. I really want to see if it does things in the meta because it's a really strange Combiner. So, the Combiner is called 2 Sticks, and you've got Stick 1 and Stick 2, and you may have noticed that they're from different planets. So Stick 1 is a Gaios card, Stick 2 is a Sheos card. So individually they count as these separate planets. However, when you play the Combiner card together, the Combiner creature will be a Gaios and a Sheos creature. I showed some stuff in the previous Barrow Planet profile about creatures being able to come from multiple planets. I've just realised I've mixed the text up the wrong way. I've got to flip that round. But basically, so it's Stick 1 and Stick 2. Their stats are really bad, 50 power and 50 health. But basically, its ability, they're really weak, but when you put 2 sticks together, it makes fire. And the ability reads, when you play this Combiner creature, you can kill all zoned cards. So that's creatures, resources, attachments, everything except planets. You just completely wipe the board with this card. It's the most powerful destruction ability in the game. There's lots of things that like kill all creatures or kill all resources, but there's nothing that just kills all cards. This is the most powerful ability in the game, really. Unfortunately, the card doesn't have very high stats, and it is a Combiner, so it's more difficult to play than a regular creature. But I still think this card could see use, especially in those like Combiner-specific decks. It just now gives them a real edge over cards that don't use Combiners, I think, in some senses. But yeah, it will be cool to see if this card gets played, or these cards get played. And it's just an interesting take on Combiners, having one that's actually got really bad stats but a powerful ability and comes from 2 separate planets. Cool, then on to the support cards. We've got 3 more cards to show you here. I'm going to start off by showing you an attachment card, I think. And this one is Firestorm Sorcery. I'm just going to move this. I feel like it's a bit distracting. So yeah, Firestorm Sorcery. This is an attachment card. The artwork was drawn by Gavora, the second artist for the game. And it's an attachment card that reads, only once when the attached creature attacks, kill one of your opponent's handed cards at random. So similar to Graviafax's ability, you just attach it to a card, and then it reads, if this attached card is killed by an ability, you free play 1 killed Sheos creature with fewer stars than the attached creature. So if your opponent uses some kind of ability to kill attachment cards, and this card is attached to an Infernix of Sheos, let's say, then you're going to be able to bring out a free, 8-star Sheos creature, like a Sheosian Lava Behemoth or something ridiculously powerful. So you might think, if I'm, an opponent, why the hell would I kill this? That's just stupid. But I think the real combos with this card come in with the Sheosian Lava archetype. Sheosian Lava Crocodile and Lava Panther both have abilities, which is like after they attack, you have to either kill a card on your planet or kill one zoned attachment card. So if you have either of these guys out and you've got your Firestorm Sorcery attached to Crocodile, you attack your opponent, kill a random card in their hand, use Sheosian Lava Crocodile's ability to kill your Firestorm Sorcery, and then you use that Firestorm Sorcery's ability to bring back like a Panther or a Bat or a Mole or something, and just get some cool combos off to kind of bolster your defenses with your Sheosian Lava creatures. So I really like Firestorm Sorcery because it's such a combo-orientated card, and I really love combos in trading card games. I think they're the most satisfying things to pull off, and when you win with a good combo, that's the biggest joy in playing trading card games for me. So Firestorm Sorcery, really looking forward to seeing the stuff that it'll do. And yeah, just think it's a good support card for the Sheosian Lava creatures. But it's still really generic. Like, it works with all Sheos creatures, not just Sheosian Lava. And you can actually attach it to anything. You could attach it to like a Giles creature if you just want to kill a random card in your opponent's hand. Next up, I've got a permanent resource card. So we have Cosmo Lock. Quite a fan of the artwork, and it simply reads, neither player can add galaxied creatures to their hands through creature or resource card abilities. So this is really good for stopping like powerful archetypes like Ozos and some Pelisium cards, because it just locks both players out of their decks completely, which is something that doesn't really affect Sheos at all. If you're using like a Sheos beatdown deck, you don't really search anything out of your deck, so Cosmo won't really harm you. It doesn't stop things like Activator, attachment or planet abilities, so like if you're using the planet Gios, for example, you're going to be unaffected by Cosmo Lock, making it slightly worse, but I think is going to be a good tech choice against decks, especially Ozos, really, which are very strong at the moment. Not much more to say about that, really. And the last one, now, I think this card's a bit of a problem. I really like the ability, but I think it might be too good, and I think it could bring up some weird combos, so I may need to change it. In the comments below, let me know what you think, if you think it's fine, or if you have any suggestions. But it's a rare, and it is Time Flash Portal. And as you can see, if you can name that card there, I'll be very impressed. It's a new card that I've shown recently, but he's peeking out the portal, and it is just a single-use resource that reads, you kill one zoned creature, then at the start of your next turn, you free play it back to the zone it was in. So you can either obviously kill one of your opponent's cards, then you have the chance to like attack their planet with something like a Graviafax. They discard a random card in their hand. And then the creature comes back next turn. But here's where the problem comes in. You can also use it to protect things on your planet. If you have something like an Ozo, the Titan of Justice, you can use its ability, kill one of your opponent's cards, use a Time Flash Portal to get rid of your Ozo, and then next turn you can just bring it back straight away, use its ability again, and your opponent can't really do much to stop you. It could also be used in connection with things like Underwood Burrower, because every time Underwood Burrower is played, you get to kill a resource card. So you can kill a resource card, Time Flash Portal your Underwood Burrower away, bring it back next turn, and you get to kill another resource card because it's just been played. So I'm not sure about this card. I might add some kind of constriction on it, like you can only use it on your opponent's cards or something. But then I don't know if that would open up OTKs. I don't know. I really like the ability of kind of, you make a card disappear for a turn so it's safe, and then it comes back next turn. I think it's good, but I just don't know if it's too good of a card or not. So if you let me know in the comments, I'd really appreciate it. Some feedback on this card. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please let me know what you think of the Sheos support for set 4. I know I haven't made as many creatures for each planet in this set, but that's because I'm focusing on something I don't want to reveal it, but it's like no planet related, so that's kind of taking up some space in the creatures for the set. So there's only 5 or 6 for the Planet Sheos, but I'm really excited that they're kind of generic cards. I'm not focusing on archetypes, just making the actual planet better. So Infernix I think is going to be really good. That's probably the card I'm most excited for in this video. I think it's going to really help out the planet. And yeah, apart from that, not got much else to say, but please like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Instagram at ChaosGalaxyTCG. Check out the online store, there'll be a link in the description below. And check out Planelution TCG. And that's about it. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.